Now, so not too long ago, we had a brief conversation regarding Mojaloop and Ripple, and I am of the opinion that we ought to produce yet another movie on this subject. I am of the firm belief that Ripple and even XRP are both selected. For my part, I am completely convinced that this is the case. Nothing is going to convince me otherwise about this matter. And in this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you all that Ripple is the cryptocurrency of choice for the elites, and I'll explain why XRP is the best option. In addition to this, we'll also play a very significant role in all of this as well. I mean that if you guys want to totally dominate this market, I mean that you want to make sure that your long-term, your mid-term, and even your short-term goals are being hit in this space, then you guys need to be in the Discord. I have a component that is completely free, as well as a piece that is completely paid, and both sets of users are receiving a great deal of value from it. Even on the free side, people, I don't put the free side out of consideration. There, we hold events on a weekly basis, we're reviewing portfolios, and we're doing everything else. Now, what exactly are you guys holding out for? Join the free Discord server right away. You can find the links in the description that follows. You are now entering the channel, one and all. To introduce myself to those who are new to the channel, my name is Nick. While keeping that in mind, I hope that by the time the video is over, you will have subscribed to the channel. Let's speak about this post that I did include in a movie that I uploaded not too long ago. More specifically, it was discussing the amount of time that is required to construct things of this nature. Anderson is the one who told me this. This is an illustration of how long it takes to construct items of this nature, as well as an explanation of why you shouldn't automatically associate things that take a long time with failure. A gathering of 12 central banks was convened by Ripple in New York City in November of 2017, and the International Monetary Fund was present at the event. Indeed, this is the announcement, and this is the richness that Ripple possesses. Among the earliest ones, this was one of them. 20 dozen individuals from central banks all over the world participated in a discussion regarding new technologies that would enable the next generation of payment systems. During the discussion, Ripple provided an illustration of how Ripple solutions can connect the following networks: payment systems and banks. In the context of those networks, Mojaloop was provided as an illustration. Connecting money mobile carriers is accomplished by the utilization of the Interledger protocol for interoperability. In May of 2020, Mojaloop was established as a charitable organization. That announcement is also being made available to you folks here. Recently, it seems like Mojaloop is gaining quite a bit of pace, as seen by the fact that active proof of concepts and implementations are taking place in 5 different countries, and also by the fact that considerably more people are being hired, among other things. Ripple will become more successful as a result of the widespread use of its protocol. Clearly, things require some amount of time. When engaging with traditional financial institutions, businesses, and governments, it is especially important to remember that things do not happen overnight. More lately, Anderson has published yet another excellent post which builds upon the previous one. This is in conjunction with the United Nations Foundation, which is being promoted in this context. It is also a very significant matter. However, the most important item to concentrate on is the elites that are present, as well as the elite businesses and foundations. This is crammed to the highest possible level within Mojaloop. Now, in addition, we have a question from Subjective Views. What is it that the Rockefeller Foundation, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Google, and Ripple all have in common? Please respond, Mojaloop. Their objective is to collaborate with the community of open source software developers, develop the plan for an open and inclusive digital financial infrastructure, often known as the Internet of Value. What follows is a statement made by the executive director of Mojaloop. Take a look at it. The provision of education in relation to the platform. In the spirit of open source, what we are attempting to accomplish is to provide a public good that is available to anybody and that does not require any license fees to be paid in order to use. The code base is being maintained and improved by a robust community that is working very hard. To put it another way, it is the actual destination of our funds. In point of fact, we are willing to accept financial support from a wide range of philanthropic organizations, including the Rockefeller Foundation and the Gates Foundation, among others. Additionally, we receive investment from member firms such as Google, Coil, Modusbox, Ripple, and others that are aligned with our purpose and technology at the same time. Therefore, at that time, the software is accessible to the market for use in any manner that the market deems appropriate. In addition, we encourage central banks to make use of and implement the methodology. On the other hand, we do not provide funding for distributions of the Mojaloop platform. Here it is for all of you to know. When we take into consideration how significant Mojaloop is, the Internet of Value, and even what the beast has been promoting on the Internet, is it a foolish assumption to make at this point? When taking into consideration the fact that Ripple is also working with the BIs on the CPMI group, it seems clear that Mojaloop is also connected to the BIs. I would not be surprised in the least by that. On the other hand, let's build upon this information that we have over here, which comes from ISO 2022. Mojaloop, which was developed to manage the whole banking infrastructure of a nation, included software from the Interledger protocol, which has the capability of connecting an entire nation to the Interledger protocol, in addition to applications from Ripple. Hi, my name is Mojaloop. Not sure what, so Mojaloop is the technology behind the main ledger. These systems are intended to function as the banking infrastructure of an entire nation, and they are structured to do so. In addition, they are currently stationed in a number of African countries that are currently making their way through Asia. In addition, we have collaborated with them to integrate Rafiki into a Mojaloop hub, which is a software application that allows an entire nation to be connected to the Interledger with the simple press of a single button. It's been about 4 weeks since we actually started working on this project. In other words, it is still in the process of being developed. In addition to that, they are continuing to grow. We would be able to have a better idea of what this looks like if we were to really look at the complete diagram here. Exactly. Both the Mojaloop Foundation and the Interledger Foundation, in addition to Ripple with XRP, are available to us. In addition, this is a Mojaloop, which means that everyone will get one continuous loop. In addition, on the right side, we have built upon the Interledger protocol to create Mojaloop, which is an open source platform for digital payments. This platform makes it possible to settle payments between numerous mobile network operators, MEIs, commercial banks, or a central bank. On the other hand, on the left side, we have all of those individuals that are affiliated with this and have invested in it. In addition to the World Economic Forum and the Monetary Authority of Singapore, you also have the International Financial Transactions, SWIFT and ISO 22. Google, there are some fairly big names in this room. Certain foundations, such as the Rockefeller Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. To add insult to injury, we also have the graphic which illustrates how this appears in terms of payments linking to everything, including mobile money carriers, credit unions, telecom providers, banks, central banks, and non-financial institutions. Exactly like that, this is how it operates. Now, also over here, and this is from the website of the Rockefeller Foundation, the project is handled by the Mojaloop Foundation, which was established in the beginning of the year 2020. Central banks, corporations that provide financial services and technology such as Google, kwon, and Ripple, as well as philanthropic organizations such as the Rockefeller Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation are among the organizations that are members of this organization. Much through the development of international standards and innovations, the Mojaloop Foundation and its community also contribute to the advancement of greater financial inclusion. As an illustration, through a research cooperation with the Monetary Authority of Singapore on digital currencies issued by central banks, and there you have it. Now, let's also speak about CBDCs over here from 801_XRP, and this demonstrates once more how closely this is connected to the elites, specifically those elite institutions such as the World Bank, for instance. Within the context of this research paper, the World Bank discusses the utilization of the Mojaloop system by PSPs in order to allow the seamless transmission of funds between central banks, the interoperable bridge, and CBDC systems for payments. Interoperability between central bank digital currency CBDC systems and quick payment systems is demonstrated here.